1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hello again, and welcome back to another episode of the Red Rising podcast with Sam, Craig, Nick, and Liz. In this episode, we cover chapters 25 through 31 of Golden Sun, where Darrow is trying to keep his growing crew aligned, navigate some very fragile loyalties, and figure out what kind of leader he actually needs to be. It's a section full of tension, strong character moments, and just enough momentum to remind us that things are only getting bigger from here. The following conversation contains major spoilers for Pierce Brown's Red Rising trilogy. The series also includes depictions of graphic violence, torture, slavery. Listener discretion is advised. Pierce Brown, come on to the podcast. Very cool. How's everybody else doing? Tired.
Tired.
My
Very tired.
chorus won third at our regional competition this
Oh, that's
weekend.
awesome.
Nice.
Congrats, Sam. That's so
It
cool.
Wait, how many competitors
Weird.
were there?
Enough.
16.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, that's
hell
actually
yeah.
awesome.
Let's go, Sam.
It's a pretty good showing.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the format? Like you have 3 prepared
Oh,
songs
you
or
guys. It's 2 prepared songs. This is its own podcast, but just all that to say, I just joined. I'm new, so I can't take any credit for anything that happened, but it's a whole subculture I didn't even know about when I signed up. So it's been a really fun journey. Someone described it as a little teaser this weekend. These are not my words, but I do find them accurate. She said it's kind of like a Trekkie convention mixed with toddlers and tiaras.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my
Okay.
God.
That's really
And
helpful.
that's the vibe. That's what the
Yeah.
vibe is.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just think
Great.
of that. And it's so much sequins. My makeup didn't wash off for 2 days.
Wow.
So yeah, it was, but we sing beautiful songs. It's all live stream. So
Ooh.
I can send you guys the link next time. They have color commentary in between
Hell
each.
yeah.
Yeah, please send it.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's
please.
very
That'd be
fun.
very
We'll be recording that as we're on.
We're doing commentary of the commentary.
Yeah.
of- Yeah, but
That's
it did
really
allow
funny.
me to get some reading done in between watching. So
Nice.
I prepared for our episode today.
Excellent. All right. Well, hello and good morning, everybody. This is part 3 of Golden Sun. I am tasked with our supposed to be high-level summary. So let's start off with what just happened. So last week, Darrow and the crew escaped from the gala. They had the run-in with Octavia. They have made it to a ship. They have blown through the bridge. Severo and Darrow have blown through the bridge, which was a crazy scene. They have met Ragnar. And that's kind of
And
where we
Orion.
wrap up with some... And Orion. And they have these quiet moments, and then they wrap up. And so now... this is episode 5. We're picking up with a whole month has passed after the chaos of the gala. Augustus is nervous because all of his friends and allies are leaving him. So Darrow comes up with this idea that they are going to steal all of the ships from Ganymede. And I think there's a mention of stealing students from the institutes of the other planets. Augustus likes the plan, but he's suspicious. So he sends Darrow to recruit Lorn out Arcos, partly to keep him in check. Daxo and Cavix, who we love, the Telemanus family, offer support. Roke is increasingly alienated by Darrow's secrecy and the way he decides to get protected versus used. So on the planet of Europa, Lorn this is kind of the first real conversation that we get to see and have with Lorn. He thinks the society is spiritually dead, and he doesn't believe Augustus is a savior. And so he's telling stories of Augustus's rise to power and stuffing his wife's mouth with grapes and delivering her head. This is another, is Darrow reliable? Darrow is expecting, shout out to Nick, some sort of betrayal. So he had traps waiting. His traps, I think, are thrown off by the reappearance of Tactus, who ends up saving Aja from those little bombs that go off. And then we get a really challenging moment down in the basement of Lorn's house where Tactus ends up dying because Lorn kills him. And so then we have this overarching idea of if are golds able to change or can they not? And there's sort of a cathartic moment towards the end of the book, which we can't talk about yet. But Lorn, spoiler alert, ends up apologizing for killing Tactus. All right, so then I think we get to the point where Darrow has a conversation with Ragnar. And he's like, hey, Ragnar, you should step up. And then Mustang arrives and is like, Augustus and the Jackal have been captured. Pliny betrayed them, and the fleet is gutted. So that's episode 5. Did I miss any big things? Nah.
No. Except for I don't know where 5 came from. Is this our 5th episode? I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
2,
this is
3,
episode
4.
I don't
5,
think
This is
so.
technically.
5. Yeah, this
Okay.
Of this
is episode 5.
Of this
season,
book.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Part
Yeah,
3.
fabulous.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Great
Great
summary.
job, bud.
Hey, hats off to you. Good morning.
So we're
For a
doing
moment, I
Empire
thought-
today.
Yeah, I forgot that we were breaking into 2
Yeah.
parts. I was like, you are just simply not going fast enough. And then I was like, oh, we're at the end.
Oh, we're at the end.
Sam, I
Thank
did the same
God.
thing. You'll
Thank
see in
you.
the chat. You'll see in the chat. I was like, "How far are we going today?"
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Liz and I were talking yesterday, and we were like, "What even happens in part 3? Like,
Oh,
not that
yeah.
much."
Mm.
We were
No.
sorely
Mm.
mistaken.
Yeah.
A lot happens.
There's a lot.
A lot.
And it's
A
all in
lot.
different places.
It
There's like a
is.
million sets.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it feels like every book has a part like this where looking back, you're like, "Oh, nothing happened there." Then you actually go back to it. It's like, "Oh, wait, yeah."
Yeah. I think we
It's
forgot
like,
the whole Iron Rain damn near
Well,
happened.
yeah. There's an Iron Rain, but that's not in this part.
of this part,
It's in the
yes.
next part.
But also, like, going back to Red Rising, that whole second part, we were all like, "Oh, nothing happens here." It's like, wait, there's so
We
much
couldn't
here.
even keep up.
Yeah,
there's a lot
exactly.
of content. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a big fight. All right. Well, we start off with a quote. What did we call it? It's an epigraph.
Epigraph, I believe so.
Epigraph.
Yes.
When falls the iron rain, be brave, be brave. That's the epigraph to part 3 of the book, by Lorn Arcos. So, how do people feel about Pliny?
Oh, throw us for a loop there.
Yeah.
Pliny's great. I think Pliny's awesome. What a
You
great,
like the
fun-
political
fun
maneuvering
character. I do.
side.
Yeah, maybe almost just as much or more than the like action-packed
Physical.
sides.
Sword. fighting
Yeah,
racers.
we'll talk
Yeah.
next time, I believe, about when he kind of gives Pliny Pliny's comeuppance, right? That we didn't cover
Mhm.
that. this-
No.
This part. But yeah, in this part we know that like Pliny is like scheming,
He is
and
a
then
schemer.
And
yeah.
He's a
it
green.
was very satisfying though when Darrow and Mustang played Pliny, right? Like as they were coming up with a plan.
That's fun.
Yeah, to like, go to Ganymede and take over and what is it? Take the students, which wild plan.
yeah,
but
from
it
the
was fun to
institutes.
see them just like play that against Pliny and Darrow watching him realize, oh, I've been played. It was
Yeah.
satisfying.
And Mustang, this is, I really, you know how I feel about Mustang. But I love this scene where she's like putting her feet up on the table, knowing it's going to make her dad mad,
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and
I think
she has a great showing this episode.
Yeah.
she
Because
does.
she came up with all these plans. I mean,
Mm.
Darrow does the delivery and it's this big like speech and he
Yeah.
like really just puts on all his razzle dazzle. And then when they leave the boardroom, he's like, good plan. That was a good plan. Good idea.
Little fist bump action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're to believe like pretty much all these plans are stemming from her. I think there's actually one plan at the end of the part that someone's like, and Victor had a good idea, and it was that we do this like other cool thing. But she seems to be the originator of a lot of the strategy, Craig.
Mm.
The
My
strategist.
sister said I call you. I said I slipped up in one episode and I called him Norman. She goes, "You do that all the time." I was like, "Oh, my bad. Mark
That's
it."
really funny.
So
Mark
this
it.
is also the best part of the series because we see Sophocles for the first time.
Yeah.
Jelly
And his
beans.
magic
Sophocles.
jelly beans. A reminder that magic is not gone from the world. Is it?
I love
Yeah.
Sophocles and the jelly beans. And,
So much.
we get into it more actually even in book 3, 4.
Yeah.
Mhm,
But
for
like
More
the kids
Sophocles
play into
action.
it. Yeah. Just like the whole Telemanus family is chef's kiss.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
I
we
think
do get a definitive note on Kevax's beard color.
Yes.
Is dyed red.
Dyed red.
Because I
Oh,
know
it's
we were
dyed
talking
red.
about that.
Okay.
Yes. So he
Mhm.
dyes it to match his fox. Very unique.
once
That's
again,
cute.
the like perfect family in this series, they are mentioned as being like so many like it calls to the color red, and I just love that.
Yeah.
I think we get in this part a really good. Is it this part? I can't remember if it's this part or if it's in book 3. There's a really good discussion between Kavix and Darrow about what family really is. Is that here or is that later?
Later.
Well, it's certainly not, in the first
Okay.
part here, because actually we get a little bit of a cringe moment for
Oh.
the Telemanises, because at a certain point, this is about in the middle of this chapter group we're talking about, but Darrow is asking, like, why can't Ragnar just, he was thinking, it
Yeah.
sounds like, of like giving him a little unit onto his own, some troops, and Kavax and Dax are like, why would he need that? He's useless without a gold. That's not what obsidians are for.
yeah,
So it's a little bit of like, okay.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
To be fair to them, I suppose it's, it takes time to unlearn their ways. At least with the
Yeah. I
Telemanises,
mean,
because
they
they do
eventually
end up,
come around.
they come around. It's not like, Augustus or um Lorn,
Yeah. If you can't get a family like the Telemanises to get on board, they were all
And it couldn't happen,
they were
yeah.
all done.
That
But
part's funny though, because Orion is like, you overstepped. Like,
Yeah.
as though she like understands what, Darrow's getting at, which it
I
sounds
love-
like maybe she kind of does.
She probably
I love
does.
it.
Great Orion.
throughout the series, she's someone who will do that. We talked about her being one of our favorite like side characters. She
Mhm.
absolutely is.
She is. She just like is on it. I don't know. She just like I guess understands Darrow really well, or can read and anticipate like his plans well. Which I think it's really cool.
I also can't wait till we meet. There's another character that I pair with Orion that I can't wait till we meet and discuss both of them.
I did
Spoiler
make
foreshadowing.
Well, not
Another
really,
note
but yeah.
on Pliny.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he has a
So-
lot. This is it for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about Grimace Wormtone. But there is a line in this
Grima.
chapter where Darrow says he's like doing his little stuff and Pliny tries to come back at him and Darrow gives him some more stuff and he's like, I have little birds that whisper in me
Oh
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that's like a very direct seeming Game of Thrones
Game of Thrones
call-out.
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, little
and that
bird.
I think is an even more like strong corollary than Grima, which would be like, what was that maester's name?
Is
Because I
it?
want to say Pycelle, but that's the good one, right?
But is it Varus?
Littlefinger.
The
No,
Is it
no.
That's
Littlefinger or
Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought you were referencing.
We're talking
It's
Game
the
of
eunuch one.
Yeah. Is it Varus?
With the soft feet. Is it Varus? Oh man, me in college would be like, you damn idiot.
Yeah, Varus.
Thank you. Yes. So those two I think are very similar and even described similarly, like kind
Yeah.
of feminine features and
That's a good point.
approach. He gets like shit on for not being peerless guard and the other guy for being a eunuch. And now they both have little birds.
Yeah. Pierce probably wrote that and made that correlation before we all saw how Varus was unceremoniously killed off.
Yeah, 100%.
I have so many complaints. That's its own podcast. How horrible was the end of Game of Thrones?
Cavex. There's a chapter called Jelly Beans.
Oh.
Really, it's purely about how cute the Telemanises are. Great anticipation! Cavex thumps away. We await them with great anticipation.
Oh my god.
Why were they
And
so?
at one point, please go.
Oh no, I was gonna say, why were they so willing to fight for Augustus? Is it because they were just like, we're aligned, so we will?
I think it's Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
That's my understanding is that like Virginia is a part of their family. So since Nero is a part of Virginia's family, and Virginia still clearly does care about that family for whatever reason. Like we see it many times how much she still cares about them. I think the Telemanises are like, all right, we'll ride for you, so I guess we're riding for that
Okay,
because she's basically like a daughter to them.
this is true.
I think of all the families, like the Telemanises
Mhm.
love,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
there's not a lot of ulterior motive. In fact, Daxo has to keep his dad in check,
Mhm.
when they're arguing about how many ships they get as a reward for helping Darrow. It's really sweet. I don't know where
Yeah.
that quote is, but they just
No,
love
they just
Mustang.
love each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, and she's part of that.
It is
It's so
like
sweet.
yeah.
It's so sweet.
And
Yeah.
at one point, they're talking about something, and Daxo says like the girls are about 3 weeks away, and it's just so funny to know that he's talking about Thraxa as one of the like the girls and
Thraxa and
Niobe.
Niobe.
It's like that's their girls, but to like everybody else, they're like freaking scary warrior women. But
Yeah. Which
so
is,
sweet.
I'm not going to get into any spoilers here because this is the second part, but it's so fun to see who he's talking about later on in the series,
Yeah,
right?
it's so
Because it
fun.
doesn't, like, you've only seen them from his glowing review of his girls, and it's like, oh, these are the people he's talking about.
Yeah, one of them has a war hawk.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I just think
we
that.
have
Yeah, go ahead,
ahead.
Greg. Well, I was just going to say, I just think they're such a great representative of family. I think we all would be so lucky to have Telemanuses in our lives, right? Because it's they have they're the embodiment of, like you said, that family love, and also they extend a family that can be a found family too. And I think that's going to come back in a later book. There's a really touching scene about that with Darrow too. So, and I think it's really fun to see as we see everyone eventually react to knowledge of what Darrow is, how the Telemanuses react as well.
Yeah, and Daxo hiding jelly beans in his dad's pocket.
Oh, A+.
Like it's just so cute.
It's
And
A+.
Daxo,
Doesn't he also
what a great-
slip jelly beans into Darrow's pocket?
Yeah.
yeah, it's so cute. He's such a gentle, large, but intelligent and
Just a
like
giant.
Mhm.
lethal guy. Like what a package, man.
He probably
you want to
wears
be
New
him, you want to
Balance
be with him.
shoes. Yeah. He's just like a dad, He's like a good dad.
Wait, Daxo?
Daxo.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Cavex.
Yeah.
Ca-
Cavex
Also-
definitely is in New Balance shoes. I was like, I'm not getting that for Daxo.
Yeah,
but
sorry,
yeah.
And Daxo, we don't get it until book 5. We get a lot more
Mhm.
Daxo content, and it's beautiful.
It is.
All of it
Yeah.
is
He's
good.
just
Yeah.
It is.
golden boy.
Golden boy.
Golden boy.
Golden son.
Also, shout out Tim Gerard Reynolds for the voices of the
Voices.
Telemanuses.
10 out of 10.
So excellent.
Would highly recommend. All right, Roke, our
Oh,
favorite
boy.
our favorite friend.
Actually, I'm wondering if we should talk Tactus before we talk Rogue, because I feel like there might be a little cause and effect layered in there.
Well, we
What do you think?
have the moment on the ship in the Jelly Bean chapter
Okay.
where Darrow walks up to Roke and is like, "Hey, I should apologize for drugging you." And Roke is like, "Yeah, that's not what friends do. Like you engineered this whole war and you kept us in the dark, and I don't understand why you would drug me." And Darrow kind of ignores the question. He's like, "It was beyond wrong."
Yeah, I was like, Darrow, that was a freebie. Like,
Yeah.
Rogue was like, yeah, I mean, you drugged me because you didn't want me to get hurt. Okay. And I'm like, oh boy, thank goodness he didn't open the hood on
Right.
that one.
Like, no, explain it to me exactly.
Yeah. How are
Yeah.
you feeling about Rogue in this moment, Craig?
I love Roke. I think
Mhm.
Roke is, as discussed, this whole, we're on season 2 of the Red Rising podcast, and has Roke done anything wrong yet? Nothing.
I'm gonna
Nothing
be.
I
wrong.
mean,
I'm
He's
gonna
just
beat.
been a loyal, good friend.
He's on the
Explicitly.
wrong side of history, but
Yeah.
I'm also gonna beat the dead horse I beat every time again and say that Darrow is not reliable and he won't tell us if Roke does anything wrong. And I think, Sam, like you were saying with this scene right here, Darrow's like, oh, great, dodged a bullet on that one. But it's like, we're seeing it from his perspective, and he might have completely missed some subtle, not even just subtle, Roke might have been pissed. And Darrow's like, oh, I guess he wasn't mad. And we
well,
don't
he
know
is.
because
We are missing that.
Yeah. Right, exactly. And so we don't know because we're only seeing it from Darrow's POV, right? So
he
it's
is quite dismissal of his of Roke's feelings. He's just like, oh, well.
it's like when
On to
you're
the next.
you're apologizing and they're like, oh, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like, wait, is it fine? But Darrow it is not capable of asking, is it fine? He said it's fine, it must be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I on second read, I do get more of your point, Craig. Like about you talk about, well, you and Pierce talk about isolating his friends and not
Yeah.
sharing. You see that more. We'll talk about closer to the end of this
Yeah.
part with like how icing Roke out was maybe a final straw.
Even
Yeah, but he
Mustang,
gets warned about
he
it
had that.
constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't
Oh,
argued.
exactly, Liz. Yeah, Mustang was like,
Yeah.
go to Severo, and he could have gone to.
Mhm.
He had that hilarious, like he talked to 4 different people that night on the ship. He talked to Mustang,
Including
and
the
then he talked
Jackal.
to Adrius. He
Mhm.
couldn't make time for Roke.
Talk about that. Like, why do you think that is? Why do you think because he really does take a long time to apologize for this, and he says he's
Yeah.
scared, but like, what are we feeling as readers about that?
I think maybe he doesn't value his friendship with Roke as much as he thinks he does. I think he likes the idea that Roke is his friend, but he doesn't truly value it. Yeah, that's what I think. Because if not, he would have made the time to like go apologize early enough. I think he just like didn't, and no fault to Darrow. He's like juggling 1,000 different things, right? But I don't think he like fully weighed how Rogue not truly being in his inner circle would affect like things. And I think he should have done a better job of like holding him closer.
I see. I am torn on that because I think as a friend, yeah, he absolutely should have. But
Mhm.
I don't think there's any world, anything Darrow could have possibly done that would have made Roke okay with him being a red. So
I do agree with that.
if the closer Roke gets, the more he lets Roke in, the more
Mm.
problematic that becomes too. Because how does that? I mean, it's already bad enough. We already get what we get with Roke. How much worse could he have made it if he let Roke in even more?
I think it would have been
Mm.
fine. I think it would have changed the course of history.
One thing Liz said that I hadn't really thought clearly was I do think he has underestimated Roke's position strategically by like
Mhm.
such a long shot. Like whether he's takes his friendship for granted, loves him so much and thinks he'll come back, or doesn't love him as much as he thinks he does and isolates him. He really underestimates the amount of damage that Roke can do, perhaps because he's a poet or soft or his brother or whatever
Right.
he thinks. So that's certainly a miscalculation.
I
Um,
also think it's really fun. This part of the book, we go from this little scene of Roke right into a big scene with Lorn.
Of Lorn, yeah.
And I think Roke and Lorn, despite being wildly different characters, I think at their core they probably share some similar philosophies on gold and the society. For as much as I repeatedly say Roke would never be okay with Darrow being a red, Lorne, I also clearly would never be okay with Darrow being a red. And that's one of those things where I think Darrow knows that about Lorne, so he knows how to handle Lorne. And also, it's Lorne. You can only handle him one way. But I think some of it is also the not knowing how Roke is going to handle it too. And so that
Yeah, which can
juxtaposition,
happen
yeah,
on, like, a level he might not be aware of, you know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, sometimes
Yeah,
the stalling is, like, protecting him from
Hmm.
something. That's kinda how I interpret it
it's
as well.
true.
I also think aside from just the classist part of it or castus, whatever, I think that fundamentally, Roke just doesn't want to go to war. He wants peace, and he sees what
Mhm.
he's been experiencing in his life as peace, and he resents the war that Darrow's bringing. So whether or not he's sharing, I think that that resentment is toxic, and it would have built up eventually over time just because of all the havoc we know this is going to wreak. Like, Roke's not gonna even if he starts on his side, I don't think he's gonna hang in the whole time because he is crushed to see his friends die. He's crushed to see the devastation because he thinks it's disturbing a peace that already existed.
Which is also
Resentment is toxic.
The
which is
poet in him.
so interesting because by book 3, Roke becomes a warlord and
Yes.
he becomes very much a warmonger. And
Spoiler alert.
Mark it.
but it's interesting to see, well, what led to that change. Was it really just his friends dying, or
Mhm.
was it also a shade of Darrow being red and thinking that
Yeah.
that's awful? So yeah.
It's just interesting to me because it's like it's just such like real life, right? Like it's like Roke and Lauren are very much like, okay, but like we don't want to be part of this war because their lives as they know it is great without like being part of it, right? And even if they do want to be part of it, it's just because they want like Octavia should not consider herself an empress. And so they want a fight, but to make sure that golds feel like they're all equal while still keeping the rest of society down. So it's like they like care enough of like, okay, but golds should have this standard, but the rest of society as they're like being killed and their livelihoods, their quality of life is terrible, that's fine because that's how the society is built to be. And it's very funny.
Yeah, it's nice being on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to do a deeper dive on Lauren here or when we get more information about him next part? Like what cuz he to me is kind of a different animal than Roke. They're parallel to me, but not
Mhm.
necessarily the
It's the
same.
same.
I
Mhm.
think we got to dive into Lorn.
I think
Do it.
so. We're
Dive
here.
in.
All right, Lorn Arcos, the man that Darrow respects above all other golds of his generation. And so when I read that, I was like, I don't know how we feel about Kanye, but Kanye has a quote.
Oh, God.
Old folks talking about back. You're gonna have to beep this out too. Old folks talking about back in my day, but homie, this is my day.
Yeah. I do think we want to
Okay,
just be clear about
Craig.
how we
We're
do
gonna
feel
cut that
about
out.
Kanye.
We're gonna cut that out too. All right, let me restart. Lorn Arcos, the man that Darrow respects above all others. And then we have this lovely writing where the location that we are in on the planet of Europa with waves that are crazy high because the gravity isn't that strong is kind of matched and equaled in who this character of Lorn is. Someone who is so strong and capable and competent that he would build a fortress in the middle of a sea. And then we have, he tells a story about the kids who go out and ride the waves. Kind of, if I can do this, kind of like, what's the name of the hell diver in book 1 who's smoking a burner?
Oh,
Not Daxo, because that's the Telemanus, but something similar, right?
yeah, it's
one
like
of the
Drax or
Gamma.
He is a gamma.
He is
Anyway,
a gamma.
the fellow who says you're like this and he smokes the burner and it burns out really quickly. Kind of exactly like the story that
Dago.
Dago.
Not a Drax.
Nice. That Lorn tells about these kids who ride the waves, right? They're just trying to get a thrill and their lives are not going to last very long. So in the midst of all of this is Lorn with his fortress, and to him right now in this moment, family matters more than anything. He's very critical of gold society and sort of what has happened to it. You recognize that he's a part of having created this gold society. And he takes Darrow to see his carved, it's not a phoenix, it's a griffin.
Griffin, yeah.
A griffin. I don't know. I think it's beautiful, this whole scene, right? Like he's effectively in retirement. And he's enjoying his things and enjoying his family. He's no interest in fighting anymore, despite being a legend.
He gives, I was just going to say, he gives Darrow the history between the Bolognas and the Augustus. Actually, kind of
Very
like
important.
the society. Yeah.
Yeah. What happens?
Well, so we know that how it starts is Nero's a young boy. The Augustuses, the Bolognas, Lorn, his family, as well as this family that we find out is killed and wiped from society. Cypus, I believe is their name. And it starts with, right, like the Bolognas and the Augustus get into a fight due to, I can't remember the exact reasoning now, but they, the Cypus family, who is the archgovernor family at that time, they kind of have own the political realm. They side with the Bolognas. And so the Augustuses are kind of defeated in that, right? Like, and all of them are killed. There's a fire burning, and only Nero Augustus survives. And they give him grapes to quench his thirst because they've destroyed his whole community as he knows it. They take him in, build, help him grow, or help him, adult as he's growing. And he ends up like getting engaged to their youngest daughter, the Bologna's youngest daughter, Lona, I believe is her name. And the wedding day is great. Lorn talks about how he was there. It was like a gorgeous ceremony. Everybody was having a great time. The Bolognas go back to their home, and shortly after they arrive, a package arrives, and the package is their daughter's head with grapes stuffed in it, which Nero gave that as a payback because he remembered what they did to his family. And he did this in cahoots with the archgovernor, now Octavia.
Octavia,
So
that's right.
he was in cahoots with her, and so he helped her when she took down her father. And that's kind of how their relationship has been, and how he ended up being archgovernor of Mars through that alliance that they had. And so ever since, the Bolognas and the Augustus have carried on their blood feud.
I don't like Lorn.
I think that's a reasonable take.
I
Why
think
not,
most
though?
people would say that's a hot take.
To be
But
honest,
Yeah,
I
I was gonna
agree.
say that.
I agree, but I think
he's
it's a hot
boring.
take.
And I think the boring aspect is what's a hot take because he's getting his own spin-off series, isn't he?
No.
Is he?
The Book of
Is that
Lorn
canceled?
is different, isn't it? Is it about him?
Liz and I were talking about this
But the
yesterday.
legend of him.
Yeah, we don't even get to see Lorn fight. He died.
That comes up soon. That's happening soon. If you haven't
That's
read
happening
it,
in this
why are you
book.
listening?
Very soon,
Wait,
yeah.
do
Turn
we
off
see
this
him?
damn podcast.
Yeah, but also just
Do
by
we
the
see
way,
him fight in Book of Lorn?
Oh, I
Has
don't
anybody
know.
read Book of
I
Lorn
don't
yet?
know.
No, it's not
It's
out.
not out.
Is it? It's
Is
not
it?
out.
Hang on. Now I
Is
sound
it
like...
about his history or his current day?
I think it's about his back in the day, who he was,
That's what
how
I
he
thought
got to
too.
be
Oh, okay. That would make
Stoneside.
sense then.
Yeah.
So
Here's a
then
little
we
something
should-
for you. Don't care. Not
Wow,
interested.
that is a hot take.
That, yeah.
Will I read it? Yes, of course. But I'm not
Oh, it's on the
interested in
Patreon.
Lorn's. Oh, okay.
And I was confusing that with what's the other one? The graphic novel, the Sons of
Sons of
Ares.
Ares.
Yeah.
Sons of Ares,
That's
which
fun.
I have read.
Yeah, interested in that. That's fun. Lorn, I don't care. I'm bored. Now,
Is it-
as a plot device, I do appreciate what he's doing here. And he does pull a lot of weight as far as like golds can change, blah, blah, blah. Can they, can't they? Bringing in like history of the past and contextualizing it for the present. Being an old curmudgeon who doesn't want to be there. The only thing that Lauren and I agree on is the fact that he don't want to be there. And I don't want him there either. And we are totally aligned on that.
What a line.
Let the man
No.
live.
No, he's so cool. He's such a cool character. he
Yeah,
has such gravity.
I like Lorn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Okay.
I know
Of
I'm
course-
alone on this.
Of course,
No,
everyone
Nick
likes
is with
Lorn.
you.
Of course, everyone likes Lorn because once again, we're seeing it from Darrow's point of view, and Darrow has said he's the coolest gold he's ever met. And also, Darrow is melodramatic, and he loves melodramatic, and Lorn is the most melodramatic character
Well
in
said.
the entire freaking series.
He's a
He
theater
lives-
kid.
He lives on a freaking moon with 100-foot waves that try to kill him every day, despite the fact that they can terraform any freaking planet they want. He decides to live there in retirement. Are you serious?
Yeah.
He's
If anything,
melodramatic.
that is
Yeah.
an interesting detail of him. I'll
He
give him
is
that.
melodramatic.
I mean, he's like
He
living
is-
his best life.
Yeah, but in a way that he's like, oh, everybody look at me. I don't want you to look at
Yeah.
me, but like you're gonna
I
look
don't
at
have
me.
a personality, so I need
Yeah.
to like build up all these weird quirks about myself.
And it's
But then
that,
that's his personality.
and it's that boy movie book trope of old man hiding in the woods that the government needs him to come back for one more job, and only
Yeah.
his skill set will do it. It's
I
like, come
mean,
on.
There's a reason I love Lorn. I do love all those cheesy action movies, and he is very reminiscent of
Yeah,
that. He's just
sure.
like such a legend, badass history that we unfortunately don't get to see. But actually, so Craig and I were talking about this yesterday. It was like, if we did get we cannot get to see Lorn fight, right? Because if we did, we would have such high expectations. And like then the book, I feel like the focus would shift to sort of like
No.
Lorn always coming to the rescue or having against it, which like there's no way that Darrow would actually
At
fight
best,
and
he's
win
the
against
third
him.
best fighter. He's not the
That's
best
not
anymore.
true.
We
Yes,
don't get to
huh? We have-
see. We don't
We've
get to see.
established that his students can fight better than him.
If he was
Only
the best fighter,
Aja
he wouldn't be
No.
dead.
So far.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
disagree. You always
No.
keep something in reserve for yourself.
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Also,
Showed
though,
up at
I
the
will
last
say,
minute.
supporting Sam's note, then we have this really cool moment where Aja walks in. You know,
I love
she like,
this scene.
I
This
love
scene's
this
fabulous.
scene.
This whole
We're
like
looking up.
setup.
Yeah,
it's
we're looking up into the
peaceful.
night sky. There's
Mhm.
ships attacking each other, and Lorn is like, "You tricked me."
Lando Calrissian's
Oh.
first. Lorn tricks him. He's like, they
Mhm.
got here. They
They
got here
got
right
here-
before you, kid.
No,
Yeah.
he's like days before.
That is a Lando. Good.
That's a Lando move. But
Yeah.
then Darrow's like, actually, this is so awkward because like you're my teacher, but
Oh.
like I have betrayed you. I'm
I
so
know.
sorry, but like it
He's
has
like
to
a
be done.
lion after all.
Ooh, tough spot. Yeah. And then Aja walks in and is like, and then the traitors were two, you know?
Mhm.
And Lauren's like, no, Aja, it wasn't me. But back to the topic of Lorn being an excellent fighter, Lorn doesn't even get to draw his razor because Darrow plays dirty and uses a really cool gravity bomb. Like, it pushes everybody out and then sucks them back in. Really cool. Pierce, that was awesome.
There's some cool gadgets in this sequence.
Yeah.
There are
And
some
it's like
cool-
fun fighting. And then, oh shit.
And then, like, ooh, we got
Actually,
a
yeah,
little
we
too
have some,
serious.
yeah. And then we're running to save some children. And it's like,
Yeah.
fuck, what have we got?
Yeah. All right, so Tactus has joined the dark
John,
side.
Octavia. Yeah.
I also love
Um,
that we get like basically a giant car chase here where they chase down Aja and you have Roke in space that's like, don't let her get away. And it's just like full car chase scene.
Yeah. And then he blames Darrow too.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it just adds to
that's
the
another big-
grievances.
Mhm.
Another big
Yeah.
betrayal moment on
Yeah.
Darrow's part. We got two in quick succession here. Betrayal for Lorn, betrayal for Roke.
And this is where I think Roke starts to fall apart.
I agree.
Because is it really like you're out for revenge and nothing else, and Darrow is doing the right thing here, and you get mad at him for this one? Like it's the right
I get
move.
this one for Rogue. He doesn't know Darrow's doing the right thing. Darrow could
Mm-mm.
easily say, "This does not belie
agree.
plans." He could say, "Like,
But
I'm tracking her."
before this
Yeah.
point, everything
Communication really is Darrow's downfall.
Yeah, that's true. But before this point, everything Rook gets
Men.
mad about is
Men.
Go ahead, Nick.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Nick.
Mark this
As
part.
we're like, men are terrible at communicating.
And
We did not let him get a word in. Trying to communicate. Go ahead, Nick.
I'm good. No, at this point, this is the first time Roke gets mad. Like, he's really mad at Darrow because Darrow doesn't let him get revenge. Like, that's the whole thing. And this isn't
Yeah.
like something to really be mad about. But I think this is where we're starting to see that, oh, there was more resentment there that Darrow wasn't picking up on. And therefore, because
Yeah.
I think it's the culmination of it, right?
Right. I would have wanted revenge. I would have wanted to kill Aja,
anybody
unless I
would've.
knew there was an alternate story like going on, and I would have killed Tactus, and I wouldn't have apologized about it later.
Yeah.
That's so in this moment, you are pro Lorn.
Yeah, that's another
Whoa.
area we agree.
I do. Yeah. I remember when I first read it, I was like shocked that Tactus was killed. Right? Like after everything
We
that
got to talk about
Tactus
it.
had done,
Yeah.
and then rereading it, I'm like, Tactus shouldn't have even stayed this long. Like he should have been killed like a while or let go somehow a while ago.
Let go.
Yeah.
Served his papers.
Just like, here you are, just a slip. But that was really cool though. I mean, it was very heartwarming seeing Tactus, or like at least, you can picture all these things in your head because Pierce does a great job of like just giving you that visualization. And just that scene with Tactus, with Lorn, I felt for him. But I was glad that he was killed.
Tactus of all other golds that we meet needs therapy.
Yeah,
Well,
he really does.
he's dead, so.
He really does.
Well, yeah, but prior to being dead,
Don't rub it in.
you know.
He's like in
he-
the
he's-
afterlife, give him therapy.
So sort of
It is
following up on,
sad.
it's so
That's
sad.
a hard.
It's so
It's a hard
It
scene.
is.
following up on
Mhm.
Sam and Liz. We with Darrow and Lorn are racing down into the basement wherever Lorn has hid his family, and it's not just his family; it's all of his servants and all the kids, right? And Lorn is standing there with 3 obsidians dead, with his razor out, just like sort of like a Anakin Skywalker with
What
the
have I done?
younglings moment.
Oh,
What have I done?
Tactus is.
Oh, what did I say?
Yeah.
Lorn.
Lorn.
Oh, sorry. Tactus
Yeah.
is standing with his razor out,
He's about to kill them younglings.
about to kill them younglings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Darrow talks him down, and he's like, "People miss you." Wink, wink.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
like
all gonna bring you. Like you can come back and join us.
you're gonna come back, join me. And he comes and stands beside him. I think Darrow says, like a dog, like a loyal hound. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's really sad.
It is. I
It was
agree.
sad, yeah.
I feel no pity. I feel no sadness
Oh
for
boy.
for Tactus. I think this is excellent writing on Pierce's part. Like I
Mhm.
can see why you would feel sad for him. And the
Mhm.
fact that Pierce could even make anyone feel sad for a character like Tactus. Look at what he's done. Like from the very beginning, he's done horrible stuff. And
Yeah.
I think in this last moment, yeah, he comes over to Darrow, but he's doing what Tactus always does, and that's finding the most powerful person and latching onto them to try to stay alive.
Valid argument because we can't prove
I-
it's not true. But I
Yeah, I
think
guess
Darrow
I
was
didn't
giving
think
him something he really needed in that moment, like from a spiritual standpoint. Unfortunately, it's not something that's practical for like Darrow to give
Mm-hmm.
in the
Yeah.
environment we're in.
Yeah, I also didn't think about the fact that Tactus aligns himself with the strongest person, but I'm thinking back now, even to school, right? He aligned to Darrow from his former house person, and yeah, just and betrayed them. And
then as soon
interesting.
as House Augustus falls and he takes
Right.
Lysander to Octavia, changes that alliance because he thinks he smells the way power's shifting. And I think you could make the argument that's what's happening here. And again, I mean, I will keep beating this horse. We get Darrow's point of view, right? Darrow wants Darrow wants Tactus to be joining him because of that love, because of that like connection that he's trying to build. And are we kind of, I don't know, like nudged in that direction to think that is why Tactus is coming over? I don't know.
Well, you guys tell me if we don't want to do this, but Lorn apologizes for this later.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in the next part that we're going to do next episode. Do you want to just talk about it now?
Yeah.
Or do we want to save that?
Okay,
Save
Craig
it?
is.
Okay, let's
Craig
let some
loves-
plot
We have
develop
two more
a little
chapters
bit.
to get through.
I also want to say, let's add to the betrayers list Julii, because they do betray
Oh,
Augustus in
but
this.
it's to be clear, it's not Victra.
Not Victra.
But we
I mean,
don't
they're
know that yet, right? That's
Right.
part of the thing is we
Oh,
don't
you're
know.
Right, that's a big moment.
We are
Mhm.
there's this throughout the book. There's this whole tension of is Victra or is she not
Right.
just another Julii,
Mhm.
right? But yeah, good point, Liz. That is definitely another betrayer here.
But yeah, I'm like, if we're counting the betrayers,
Antonia
Action.
sucks.
oh my lord,
Antonia does not have any redeeming qualities.
None whatsoever.
Well, she's beautiful.
But she doesn't have
that's true.
sensual
She is a
lips.
baddie. Yeah, sensual lips.
She doesn't have that.
So the remainder of this part,
hmm
Mustang returns.
Right. So,
Did I skip
well, how
something
do they
big?
get away from Lorn's house?
Well, Aja escapes, and then Darrow's fleet wins in orbit. And so they make it back up to the ships in space with Lorn and his family and his fleet in tow. We have the really cute moment where Daxo is like, we should get some of the ships for winning. And Kavix is like, 10%. And Daxo's like, 20%. And then Darrow's like, 30%.
And you're not
Kavix
very
is
good at
like,
negotiation.
Yeah, Kavix is like, what a haggle. It's just really cute. And then we get the moment with Ragnar, right? Where they're like, Ragnar led a group by himself and did pretty well. But
then they
Orion
said
checks
no.
him at the door and says, you overstepped by having Ragnar do that.
And then we get a great scene with an orange who has an idea. That's kind of how the chapter
yeah,
closes
that's
out.
cute. You want to talk
Yeah,
about that?
I love that.
I forgot
I
about
think
that.
that's actually a really important scene, even though it's very short. They're about to you might have to remind me the specifics. I'm flipping to it now, but they're about to do an operation, and there's this little orange who's like, sir, no big deal, but I think that like it would be better if we. No, it's no big deal. Well, if we did it this way, and
There's
Darrow's
radiation, right?
Yeah,
There's
well-
radiation that's being tracked. And so they
yeah,
need to
so
come up
he
with a
wants
way
to
to like
send them into a different direction. They were gonna just
different
like
direction.
destroy it, right? And he's like, "Well, if we sent them off on a goose chase, like that'd be better, right?" And Darrow's like, "Yeah, do that, and I will like set you up, brother. Like, way to
Yeah.
go." And it's just a
his
great moment
family.
of like, yeah, he's like, "I'll take care of you and your family." What a like excellent idea. So he rewards an orange, kind of essentially speaking out of turn, as long as the idea is good. And I think these little things are peppered throughout this book, I think, and maybe the next. And when it comes to like zooming out on the wider experience of all of the colors, those are the stories that kind of get people to come to Darrow's side. It's not really his conquering, it's the way that he like brings people in from different colors.
Yeah. He's like open to everybody's ideas and it's not just all gold all the time.
Yeah.
That is a sweet moment. You're right.
Seether.
And it's a
is
great
the
Severo
orange
stretch. Because Severo's like eating mashed potatoes and gravy with his fingers, and then he like claps Lorn on the back with like a mashed potato hand, and then he sees Pliny's eye, and
Which-
he's kind of like,
Can we?
He collects it.
I feel like we should
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit more. Like, Sam, why is Pliny's eyeball there?
okay, so Mustang was out running missions, and that's when Pliny turned on everybody, and there was this big like coup, and she's pissed. She comes back and she's like real mad about it, but she got his eye. So
Doesn't
she's
he
like,
like proposition her to join him and like
Yes, he's
marry
like,
him?
Marry
Yes.
me to like continue. Yeah.
But wait, that's also very reminiscent of like bad guys in general, you know?
yeah. That's very diabolical.
That is. Yeah.
And then she
yeah.
takes his eye, and now the bad guy has one eye. Does he wear an
Oh,
eye
it's
Yeah.
very
patch?
Jafar. It's very Jafar.
It is very Jafar. You're right.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's
And
like
then
they can
Severo
never
is like,
give.
"Can I have the eye?"
Yeah,
Oh, Severin eyes, because he does also take Darrow's
that's
eyes.
a spoiler. It's a book 3 spoiler.
Is
We
it
gotta
book
mark
3?
it.
It's book
Book
3.
It's book 3.
All right, I'm going to leave it in if it's book 3.
It
It's
is
book
book
three.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
early book
it's just
3.
like Darrow can't have a win. It's like he won this fight, right? Goes and gets Lorn's help and his fleet, and then comes back and he's lost his home base. It's never, oh, nice. Okay, win and a win and a win. It's always
Yeah.
a
Which is,
balance, I guess.
yeah, definitely a theme throughout the series is
Totally.
there's never just a pure win. It's always just
Mhm.
something.
Which I think is good because toppling a
Yeah.
society is supposed to be hard. Like, it's not going to feel like a
It
win
doesn't
for a
just
really
happen
long
overnight.
time. Yeah, no, this is like a huge endeavor that they're undertaking now. And this is the beginning of it. A lot of them don't know that. But this is, like, it's interesting to see. We're still in the bit of the like light phase. Like, we'll hit the Iron Rain next part, which is where the tone shifts a little bit. But we're still in a phase of like conquering my good man, and it
Yeah.
gets so much darker than that.
That's good.
Mhm.
Are we rating?
I think we are.
Oh, Liz, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say another missed moment by Darrow was to just talk to the Telemanises and tell them that he is working with the Jackal, but he has a plan or something, just as much as he knows how much they hate them. It's just, again, Darrow with bad communication and could just have helped things along had he just said that, I
Yeah.
think.
And I think also Mustang repeatedly warns him, "Don't do that." And he's just like,
Oh,
"I'm
yeah.
gonna do that."
We
Yeah.
didn't really talk about. Is that next part? Maybe
I
this
think
is a
that's next
teaser.
part that we get into
Mustang
more.
in his Mustang comes into his room and they have a little tete-a-tete.
Right.
Is that-
I think that is next part.
Okay,
where
good.
she's
Good,
like,
good.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep, it
yeah,
is.
that's the next
Okay.
part. Mm-hmm.
So tune in next time to hear.
Yeah.
Next week.
All right, thoughts.
All right,
It's
what
a
do you
4.
rate it?
It's a 4 out of 5 for me. I like it.
I'd go 3.5 just because
Oh.
our scaling is weird.
Wait, I agree. I'm going to change it to 3.5. Next part is good.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
3.5. Give us room to grow. Hit a 4 next time.
Same. Yeah.
I think the highlight for me is Lorn, the Lorn chapter.
And the low light for Sam is Lorn.
Yeah.
I will say I don't dislike Lorn. I want to be clear. I don't even think about
You
him.
just find him
Oh,
boring. Yeah.
whoa.
That's even worse. She's like, he made no impression.
That's so funny.
This is we're going to come back to Lorn, I'm sure, but he is very much an example of the myth being more than the man.
Yeah.
No.
I don't
I
know.
don't know about
Maybe.
that.
We're
Liz
going
and
to
I
find
don't
out when we
know.
read the book
Yeah.
of Lorn.
Yeah. We'll read the next couple of chapters and then discuss more.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
All right.
Bye.
See you later, alligator.
Bye.
See you.
Thank you for joining us to discuss the continuous chaos of Golden Sun. Join us next week as the stakes keep rising. Darrow makes some of his boldest and most dangerous moves yet, and the dynamics somehow keep getting messier. Pierce Brown still refuses to let anyone have a moment of peace, but Pierce, we would absolutely love to have you on the pod. If you or anyone else have thoughts, opinions, or complaints about our takes, you can email us at thehowlerbookclub@gmail.com or find us on Instagram at Red Rising Book Club. And it's red as in READ. Have a great day.